Alright, what you see here is a Casablanca Stealth ceiling fan. It is in the aged steel finish with the Graywash blades. It's a newer variant that's not a stack motor version, it is a spinner motor version. It's also a 4-speed fan and not a 6-speed fan. And it's not IntelliTouch either. Uses this 4-speed Casablanca wall control. That's wireless. It's a remote basically, but it's wireless built in to a wall basically. But yeah. Now, seeing it installed, I can definitely say it matches the image on the box a lot better than I thought it would. More so the blades, that is. I thought they would be more brownish looking based on when I did the unboxing video, but seeing it installed and with the lighting, it's definitely more accurate from the box and such. And seeing it assembled, I gotta say, I really do love how this fan looks. It's definitely something I'd consider putting in the living room or in the bedroom. But I'd rather do that when I get my own place, as it wouldn't really match too well with the furniture I have in this apartment. But yeah, it is from the 22nd week of 2016. And I really do love how this fan looks. I've always liked how the Stealths look, but this finish combo is really nice. It's one of the more newer finishes they did that I really liked a lot. I remember finding out about it back in like 2020 when I was looking. Back when I bought the gloss black one that was Comfort Touch, I remember seeing one of these on eBay back same exact time I bought that one, and I was telling myself I really wanted to get one of these. But obviously with the prices that these went for, around like $500, $600, that was going to be something I would have to wait a while to find a lot cheaper. And fast forward to a year later, I found this one on Marketplace for $100, new in the box. And I figured if I was going to get one, that would be the time to get it, because these are actually already discontinued, unfortunately. So finding one of these is actually pretty difficult. So I'm assuming they only sold these for maybe 4 to 5 years. With this one being from 2016, I'm pretty sure they might have introduced this around 2015, quite possibly 2014. But yeah, they're definitely not too common compared to like the white and the brushed nickel one. Those are definitely the most common ones in general. But yeah, so there's definitely some differences. Well, I've already mentioned, but there's a few other ones. The white glass, the glassware, as you can see, hangs down a bit more. It's not as flush, or it's basically a larger glass to where it hangs down lower, which I'm not the biggest fan of, only just compared to like the older Stealth, but still looks nice. But I do like the other glass that they would use for it a little bit better, not the one that curves down so much like this. One that kind of just goes, basically one that's like up to here, like the older ones. It looks more like the one you'd see like on the Casablanca or the Homestead and Atlantis fans and such, or the Sabre or and such. But it's not a bad looking fan. It also has a newer mount that you'd see like on the newer Casablanca and Hunter fans. Which I'm not against it. I don't mind it. At least it's not the older style Hunter ones that they did from like the 2000s era that were kind of iffy. I do prefer hang through, but this doesn't look bad either. Another thing is it does use an LED tube light bulb. And it is a spinner motor. I'm not sure what size spinner motor it is, but the fan definitely is pretty powerful. Another thing I'll mention is that the build quality on the blades is basically the same that you see on the wood Casablanca blades from back in the day. The blade quality is not any different, to be honest. Metal parts, however, are a little bit thinner. The motor is a little bit lighter. Metal blade hubs are a little bit thinner. And the fan isn't as heavy. It's not a bad thing. The one biggest improvement is that you don't have, with it being a spinner motor fan, you don't have to worry about the flywheel like sinking down and causing it to scrape against the light portion, which is an issue that some stealths can get over time. Fixable, but it definitely is a pain. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show it with the light. As you can see, it does work. And I don't think it's dimmable. Because every time I do it, it's just, if I try doing this, nothing happens. And once I actually let go, it shuts it off. I'm thinking it's just more so that just the control they included with it, and because it's the same exact wall controls they use for the Hunter fans that are not pull chain and such. So I'm thinking it just happens to be the same control. And for those ones, you could put a dimmable LED light bulb if you wanted, but with this one being already integrated, it kind of makes it not doable. But now let me shut off the lighting and see how it does lighting wise. Yeah, definitely, it's not bad lighting wise. I mean, just seeing how it lights up this basement. With it, that is definitely one thing I'm not too happy about with it. The newer version is that you can't dim it. Yeah, I mean, it's probably doable, but I don't know. And the one thing I know is that it's not a DC version. I don't know if they sold them side by side, a DC version and a spinner motor version. I know Cole, Vintage Fans and More, has one that still has a hang through. It's an older version, but it was a DC one. So it's, I mean, I don't know I don't remember when they started introducing DC fans, but it might have just been a thing that maybe the DC one was a more expensive version of the Stealth, and they still offered a spinner motor one. Would have been cool if this was a DC one. It's not gonna have a first DC ceiling fan to try out, but yeah, let's go ahead and start off on the low speed, which is speed 1. I always get started whenever I'm down here testing in that the breaker that or one of the things that turns on the hallway lights in the apartment kicks in. So, you know, if I was living at the old apartment with the black leather, the fake leather couches I had with the gray and tan things, if you guys look at the old video I did, does this match back when I had the carriage house too and polished brass in that living room? Now, like, I brought those couches to this apartment back when I still had the low profile in the living room. And then in late 2016, early 2017, we got rid of those and have the ones that we have now. Only reason we got rid of them was because they were starting to fall apart. They were cheap couches, and despite them looking nice, they were not the best quality. And the dog that we have, P, back then, he had anxiety if he was left home for a little bit longer than normal, and he would start chewing stuff, and the couches became victims, so we had to tape them up. So, but if we had those type of couches still, or something that matched like those similar in style, this wouldn't be a bad option for that living room at the old apartment, or even here. It's just some of the tables we have in the living room, like where I have my record player and the TV, it wouldn't match the blaze on this. If it wasn't for that, I would definitely consider putting this there. But it's just with what we have now, I feel like the infinity of the rosewood blades goes best with that room. Plus, if I was to put this in the living room, I feel like it would just really just be too unique looking compared to the kitchen fans. I kind of want to have like an equal look with them. I mean, with the Infinity one being the more unique fan out of the two compared to the low profile Plus, at least it has a 4 light to it. You know, it's a spotlight, but it still has 4 lights to it, so they kind of go together in a sense. And I'd love to put a fan that's similar to a dome light in the kitchen. The problem is I want to give off enough lighting. Otherwise, I'd do it. Now, if there were 2 separate rooms that had like something that divided them a little bit better, it would be a different story. But I'm happy with the Infinity in there. I mean, It doesn't get too hot in there summer week and such. The Infinity does a good enough job. But at least the low speed on this is still a good low speed. It's not too fast. If anything, they just mostly got rid of the aesthetic low speeds. Like the really extremely slow low speed that doesn't really move in the air. So that at least they kept the true low speed, which was like speed 3 on the IntelliTouch controls, if anything. I mean, it makes sense. I thought people weren't really using it for the other two, speed 1 and speed 2. Might as well just make it 4-speed. I mean, it's definitely cool to have more speeds, but they weren't really being utilized. There's no point in keep doing it. All right, now I'll show it the light. And I definitely would put it in my bedroom. The thing is, I do need more lighting in my bedroom with the size of this bedroom. If it was a smaller bedroom like the one at my old apartment, it would definitely be enough lighting-wise, but this room's a lot bigger, so I definitely need something that can put off more light, and this definitely would not do the job, unfortunately, so I definitely want to put this in there. Plus, it wouldn't match too well with the room. I have a lot more lighter wood, so it would have to have like maple blades on it instead, or something of like a lighter wood coloration. Now, if I had like grayish wood in that room, I would definitely consider it. And if the walls weren't blue, if I had them like a gray coloration, kind of like the guest room I'd be using at my dad's new place, if it looked more like that, I would consider installing it. But again, that room at my dad's place also was a good. See, this would be a good fan. It's just I wouldn't want to put something this valuable price wise and something I've been wanting to get for a while at a house that I wouldn't be able to enjoy it too much. Hence why I got the XTR Panama to put over there. This is something I want to install when I get my own house or my own place in the future. All right, now move up to speed 2. Oh yeah, no, even on the speed 1, I was even able to feel a tiny breeze from it over here. Now it's more of a medium-ish speed. It does have a tiny bit of a hum to it. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just something I figured I'd make note of. But with it being a spinner fan and not a XLP or K55 and all that good stuff, not having a rubber flywheel and all that definitely causes more of a hum to it, I feel. But I'm definitely feeling a nice breeze from it over here. I definitely feel like even if it was like in a rustic home with like a log cabin that had like really dark wood like this, I think it would look really nice. Like it's a fan that can work well in like a contemporary home or even like a rustic home. And that's what I really like about this fan. And since it's also my first fan that's from the Casablanca era, although that's been around for a while now, but a lot of people consider it more so from like the 2014 and onward and such, where they redesigned a lot of them to look more like Hunter fans in a sense. And that's back around late 96, early 1997, Hunter bought out Casablanca. So they still like kept them about the same, but they changed some things about them. And I'll show it to white. And it's definitely one of my favorite fans that I found this year. I'm glad to be the first person to show one in this finish on YouTube, as there's not any other people have filmed one of these in its finish yet. Definitely if you want a good breeze from it on a medium high speed. I mean, it is a 4-speed fan now, not a 6-speed, but it still offers a good amount of. The speed ranges is pretty good still. It's not like they really. It's not like with the Hunter originals when they shift them from being American made to overseas, where they low speed would be too fast, medium was too slow type thing, and high was normal. Like with this fan, you still get a nice range of speeds. And as of right now, from what I've seen, they've gone up on the price on the Stealth now. Now they're like a $700 fan. So again, the fact that I found this thing brand new in a box for $100, which it's not cheap still, but considering what these things go for retail, it's definitely cheap. I don't know what's that buzzing sound. I know it's. I'm not sure if it's. It might be. What I'm thinking is up there. I noticed all the wires, the reed wires that came with the fan, I did not cut. I just shoved them as well as I could in the canopy with the receiver, so that could be causing a little bit of hum to it. I'm not too sure. Not for high, just speed 4. It's a bit windy out today, so please excuse that. One thing I can definitely say, it's definitely not as fast as the Stealth that's Comfort Touch that I have. But still moves a lot of air. It's definitely not the XLP K55 air movement, but it is still a very good air mover. And for a newer fan, with the quality that they are nowadays, it's definitely a very well-performing fan. Do I feel it's overpriced? Definitely, but if you can find one for a cheap price like I did, it's definitely worth it, to be honest. Yeah, I definitely can see myself using this in my bedroom as the next bedroom fan if I ever got tired of the Panama 2. But that wouldn't be until I move out of this apartment, because it definitely, with how small my room is, well, it wouldn't be enough lighting, but I could always put track lighting in there to give some extra lighting. It's just more so I don't see this going well with the blue color walls I have in there right now. I mean, I have even thought about painting that a different color, painting it gray, but it's fine. Like, I don't mind it. I kind of do want to do gray, but I'd rather wait until I get my own place to do it. If I'm only going to be living here for maybe another 2 years, I don't feel like it's worth doing and such. But no, this fan definitely is a good performer. It's definitely not as much as the older Casablanca Stealths, but it's still a very powerful fan. It's definitely moving a very good amount of air. For it to be going this fast, this fan definitely has to have a 188 motor in it or more. It's definitely not 172 motor, which is a good thing, because it would not be going this fast with how heavy the blades are or how big the blades are on it and such. Yeah, I'm thinking this probably will be my next bedroom fan whenever I get my own place. I would prefer the older Stealth, but with this one I wouldn't have to worry about the blade, like the flywheel sinking down and such. But I really do like this finished combo. And the fact that it uses a remote receiver, I could technically just hook it up to a regular on and off control, or just a regular remote control that's not integrated like this one, because since it doesn't have a board in it and everything, it makes it more easy if I couldn't hook it up to the same way that I had a Fanimation control on the Panama. So I could always just control this from the bed if I wanted to, which is nice. And that's honestly been the only main reason why I never put it well, this house, if the wiring, of the older wiring here, it doesn't have enough wiring to actually put an IntelliTouch fan and such. Even a 4-speed wall control. This would be the only way I can get like a 4-speed wall control on it, due to the from what Nathan has told me and such. But this one could work. The Comfort Touch I could do, but the IntelliTouch fans, there's no way for me to do it in this apartment, unfortunately. But I wouldn't even really use them unless it was in my bedroom or living room. But my mom wouldn't know how to use it, so that would already be an issue there. Yeah, I definitely see this being my next bedroom fan, to be honest. It's a style that I really like. At the same time, I really do like the Panama, the brushed nickel and maple combo in my bedroom as well. And there's also the champagne Delta 2 that I have that with the bleach oak blades that I really like. And if not a bedroom, I know I'll find somewhere to install this when I get my own place. It could be like an office fan of some sort. It'll definitely be installed without a question, though. It's just too nice of a fan not to have installed. But there's also the gloss black one I have that's Comfort Touch that I'd love to install too. So I don't know. I honestly wouldn't mind having both of them installed. I really would have to figure it out. But even if this was installed right away, it would definitely get installed at some point. Like if I was to swap my bedroom fan, I could always see myself swapping it out with this. Just not in this apartment though. Yeah, it's definitely not as powerful as the older ones, but it's still a very powerful fan. It moves a really good amount of air. I remember I was showing one of my friends this, and a non-collector of sorts. Basically the anonymous eBay seller, I would just call him that. Who I bought random stuff off of him and such. He was telling me that it kind of reminds him of the newer Hunter fans, the gray one with the barnwood blades and such, which I definitely can see it. Yeah, even like see like if the floor in this apartment was in my bedroom wasn't like original hardwood floors, if it was like laminate, brownish fake wood floors and such, I consider putting this, but it's just it would not be enough in terms of lighting. And I can definitely say the Panama 2 I have in there right now definitely outperforms this without a question. So there's also that. So if I was to install this, it actually might not be for a bedroom, but maybe a living room somewhere. But I know I'm going to install this at some point in the future for the next few years. It's just too nice of a fan not to have installed. If anything, I could really see this being a fan I could use for like an office. Because whenever I got my own place, I definitely had planned to have at least one room be like an office of some sort. Especially with like me working in school and such, it would definitely be a good. I definitely do need like a room of some sort where I can do grading and stuff, or make assignments for the students. Even if it was in the kitchen, but it would have to depend how it looked. But bedroom, living room, or office is what I would install this in. And of course, middown's not too long because this is literally the first time it's ran. All right, now to reverse it. What is it doing? There we go. What is it doing? I'm not too sure. I mean, it's my first time using this type of control. All right, there we go. Oh, now I see why it was kind of humming a bit. One of the I think one of the blade screws, I forgot one of them couldn't screw in all the way, so the washer on it was still a tiny bit loose. So that must have been what caused the humming. But yeah, the fact that has a LED light in it, and not a halogen bulb, that's really a plus, I feel. I know people like halogen. I don't dislike them. It's just with these fans having the rubber flywheels wasn't the best pairing. I feel and such, because that is honestly what would cause the issue with the flywheels sinking and causing them to rub against the hub between the motor and the light, causing them to scrape. Same thing with the Casablanca mission fans. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hearing how it hums, I mean, I probably wouldn't mind it as a bedroom fan, but it would kind of annoy me after a bit, the humming from it. In a living room, it wouldn't, but sleep at night, I definitely would want something maybe a tiny bit quieter. I think it'd probably be either a living room fan or a office fan, but honestly leaning more towards a office fan. I mean, with the desk that I have, it's kind of a dark brownish wood, and it's a cheap one, but there's already so many furniture for like offices that would match this anyways, so it wouldn't really be that difficult to find something that would go with it. All right, now for high and reverse. Yeah, it's definitely not the same quality as like the old school Casablanca fans, but still really good fan. still a solid performing fan and such. All right. Yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.